Yes, I did. It was pretty entertaining. Let's just say that. Very entertaining. Very entertaining. I can't wait for the John Moxley. The Moxley,
Oh, yeah. Darby Allin?
Yeah, Darby Allin match. That's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say Darby. I keep wanting to say Darby Crash because Darby Crash
that's where he got it from. That's where that name's
from.
Yeah.
But I keep wanting to say Darby Crash instead of Darby Allin, so I always have to stop myself when I want to say it. I'm like, wait, am I going to say it right?
Yeah, I always get confused with what's it called? Yeah, well, he got the name for Gigi Allen.
Yeah, Darby Crash and Gigi Allen. Yeah.
There you go.
He was on that program, The Wrestlers, too. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there was that documentary that was on. I think was it on. It wasn't DZA, and it was Vice. It was Vice, right?
It was Vice, yeah.
Vice, yes, Vice. That was a good documentary. I'm hoping they continue with those documentaries.
I think they are. I think they're going to
especially
do the Dark Side of the Ring one. For sure, it's going to get it. I haven't heard about the other one.
I have a feeling it's going to be Chris Benoit. They're going to do the Chris Benoit one.
Yeah, you got to touch that one. But the funny thing is, you're not going to see like Bruce Pritchard on those again.
No, you will not.
No. With that WWE contract, you're not seeing him.
No. Were you guys shocked? Did you guys see backstage?
No. Okay, so you never answered me, dude. What is that?
It's a show on FS1.
Right? Yeah, I've seen it before, but I didn't see this one.
It's a show on FS1. They kind of wanted to do it having it as a real sporting event. Kind of like their own version of ESPN,
so like
Sports Center,
like a weekly pre-show. Not interested.
Yeah, kind of like a weekly,
but like a cover, like they cover stuff. Well, I guess you could call it pre-show, kind of leading up to it.
Like analyst stuff. Like, come on,
yes.
How do you have analyst stuff on something that's scripted?
Yeah, so they got Booker T, Paige, and Renee Young, who's the host, and CM Punk will be joining them next week.
Paige getting that big money.
Yeah, actually, Paige just signed an extension actually for an undisclosed amount. Same thing with the Miz. Of course, Miz is going to get a lot of tape. Yeah, she does actually.
Yeah, she does.
A pretty good one, I might add.
I'll send you the links later. I'll send you the links later.
Where were we?
Oh, we were going to talk about Disney Plus this week because that's all anybody's been doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Vic's post this week have either been Disney Plus, whatever he's watching from 1984, or wrestling. That's all he's been posting. Yeah.
Pretty much.
How much did you watch yesterday, bro?
For me?
Yeah, you.
Dude. See, I got off at around what? Got off at 3. Got home. I think I was for 4 hours, and I was on Disney Plus for 4 hours. Yeah, I was watching all these old movies and cartoons and all that good stuff.
Is there like a clock or something that we can see as to how much time we're spending on this?
On Disney Plus?
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
I
think so.
Not that I know. Anthony, have you heard anything about that?
No, it's just called Your Life.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so at the shop, I'm watching it all. Well, allegedly, I'm watching it all the time. Star Wars. What was I watching? Gordon Ramsay's Gordon Ramsay show. Mandalorian. I think I've tried to see it twice. I'm still kind of piecing it together. I'm gonna have to sit here at home in the dark and watch it by myself.
Well, you better, because the new episode comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Probably a few hours, if anything.
There you go.
I get up at 5 a.m. and I'll be watching it at 5 a.m. as I'm getting ready.
What's the first thing everybody watched?
Mandalorian.
I had to wait for somebody else to do that, so I watched Phineas and Ferb Star Wars.
Which is good, actually, by the way. It was good. That's actually a pretty good episode.
Really? Oh, I'll have to watch that. I'll watch that tomorrow.
It's one of the best things.
Yeah, I watched Mandalorian as well, but I think that I was actually watching The Rocketeer, and then I switched to Willow.
Yeah.
So nice.
I heard The Rocketeer on there is a really excellent. It's probably I've heard it's the best transfer of the Rocketeer there's ever been.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree on that one. It was pretty good, actually.
He's got that. And if you haven't figured it out, we're on Kayfabe Culture. This is episode 10. We're going to cover basically Full Gear, I guess, is what Dan wanted to cover. I wasn't planning to record until after Survivor Series, but he's like, should we record? He's like, okay.
I think
it's worth it.
I think what we should do is record after every major pay-per-view. In my opinion.
I don't care. I'm fine. If I got the time to do it, I'm all in.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
Yeah.
It saves us from what happened before.
Shut up.
Yeah, and going 2 hours and then not recording it. Sorry, Dad.
It happens. What are you gonna do? Never gonna live that one down. Anyway, the buy-in. Did anybody actually watch the buy-in?
I did.
What'd you think?
I don't know why they're trying to make Britt Baker the face of this women's division when
they're really trying
I
hard.
feel like Jamie Hayter and what's that? The French chick, I forget her name. I feel like they're way better than Britt Baker, but she had a standard match with B. Priestley and got the win with a lockjaw, and then Brandy Rhodes came out with Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
They're doing that gimmick where they're pulling the hair off the chicks and all that. And I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that one either.
So I heard Britt Baker was sick too. She had the flu.
Oh damn.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and went out there and was doing that. So I mean, yeah, she's good. The Hater chick, I thought she was actually really good. I did too. I think she's gonna be somebody to watch. Man, I can't remember who's the name of that other chick. I can't think of her.
She's like, I think she's Portuguese French or something like that. She grew up in Portugal but trained in France or something. I keep forgetting her name too. I actually didn't see that. I didn't see. Actually, I think I logged in late. Actually.
Well, you know what?
Thank you for the.
Other than that match, it was a waste of time if you've been watching Dynamite. It really wasn't. It really wasn't anything.
Mm.
I didn't find it to be anything at all. But anyway, yeah, no, I thought the same thing. It was a standard match, the Awesome Kong thing. She was on Jericho's podcast this week, actually.
Awesome Kong was?
Awesome Kong was, yeah. She has an interesting story about how she kind of got there. So, she was out of the business for like 3 years. She wasn't even around.
Hey, was anybody chanting "Welfare Queen" during the
from Chloe?
I was all kind of wondering.
Just, somebody did. There's always that jackass that's going to do that. Somebody probably
I just don't get why Brandy Rhodes is like Papa Shango all of a sudden. That's kind of like the vibe they're going for here. And
Papa Shango.
It wasn't that long ago she was chaperoning Cody to the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
This gimmick just came out of nowhere. It makes no sense.
They haven't really gone in any way to kind of explain it or anything, have they?
No, it's just all of a sudden 1 week she's got magical powers. So, I don't know, man.
Hey, it's Baby D, dude. Baby D.
That was a funny meme. That was a super funny meme.
Yeah.
I thought 100%. I was like, oh man, that's totally them. That is totally them. 11-minute match, so Wikipedia says. Anything crazy? I think Britt Baker's getting over, probably because of Adam Cole.
Sure.
Honestly. Yeah.
Adam Cole's, girl.
He's the man. That's his girl. She's a doctor. Kind of pushed that. Got that education too. So the actual pay-per-view started with the Young Bucks match against Proud and Powerful. Okay, can I tell you, did you see the cell? Did you see Ortiz's cell when he got super kicked?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
That was it became a meme, so.
Did you see what I'm talking about, Dan? Where he just he got kicked, he got super kicked, and then he was just like rocking back and forth in the ring. I mean, just going back, like he oversold it, man. It was just bad. And
Was it Was it worse than Shawn Michaels selling all those moves that Hogan was giving him in SummerSlam back in the day?
Not all those flips, but it really was just like he was just like rocking back and forth like he was having a freaking
Oh jeez.
a seizure.
You know what? I saw the video on Instagram. That was the one match that I missed. The one match I wanted to see, I missed.
Oh, that's the one.
That was the one I missed. Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, were you able to watch that, Anthony? That match or no?
I was doing others. I was trying to watch the whole pay-per-view. Like I said, I watched it on my iPad, so it wasn't really that big, and I was kind of mad about the whole why it wasn't working on my PlayStation this time thing. But that one I probably watched the least of, other than maybe the last match, which I didn't get to watch at all because you called me. So.
Okay. Well, by now it's a spoilers anyway. Everybody knows what happened. But
yeah, I'm just always disappointed to miss barbed wire, but you know.
Oh man, that was.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
The overselling. The other thing I noticed about Ortiz was they were wearing those overalls. So when he went out in the match, he ended up on the outside of the ring. They were falling off because he had taken down the two straps. So they were totally falling off. So he had to pull up his pants and then put the overalls back on because it was like these things are not just gonna stay. The match itself I thought was actually pretty good. I mean, you're gonna get you're gonna get your usual stuff out of the Young Bucks. LAX, Proud and Powerful. You're gonna get good stuff out of them. I got nothing to complain about. I thought it was pretty good.
Why are they going with Proud and Powerful instead of LAX? Because I thought Impact let their guys walk away with their gimmicks. So I wonder what the name change is for. Because
remember, LAX was originally Homicide and Homicide and Hernandez.
You think that's what they're trying to do then? Is just kind of create their own thing?
I think it is Impact let the guys walk with their gimmicks, or do they let them come in with gimmicks they already have?
They cut a deal after the Broken Hardy stuff where they let the guys leave with their gimmicks. That's why.
I thought I read somewhere that they owned that one.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because it's kind of an old gimmick, so they actually do own that one. So they couldn't leave with that name, so they had to come up with something else. And, what was their name before, Vic? Didn't we talk about this before?
Oh,
something with your balls off or something. It was I can't remember what it was. It was something funky when they were in like CZW or something.
Shit.
Okay,
it's been a while.
EYFBO.
Entertaining your fucking balls off. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is.
Wow.
That was the name of CZW. EYFBO, entertaining your fucking balls off.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's what it was. Yeah. I remember, or maybe it was me and you, Anthony, talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the Rock and Roll Express, dude. The Rock and Roll Express. So Vic, you posted that GIF or whatever it was, that little video clip of Ricky Morton.
Your drunken uncle.
Doing that sunset flip that he couldn't do. They had to push him over to get over. That's why I made that comment about you're like, that's your drunken uncle trying to do this, and your other Theo and your cousin encouraging him to do it, dude. Because they had to push him over to get over.
How about Ricky Morton doing Canadian Destroyers, man?
Well,
Jesus, man.
When he did that, they had to push his legs over because he couldn't get over the ropes.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
I'm
talking about.
He also did a suicide dive, too.
Well, okay, I'll give him credit for that one. I'll give him credit for the suicide dive. But the Canadian Destroyer, he had a little help with it. If you actually watch that clip close enough, you see Robert Gibson.
Robert Gibson?
Yeah, Robert Gibson and Matt Jackson definitely helped him out a little bit. It was slick, but they definitely helped him out get over there. So
you're never too old to rock and roll, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Never too old to rock and roll. Gotta give it to those guys.
Anything else on that match? Like I said, I thought it was pretty good.
No, it was I thought it was one of the better matches of the night, and Proud and Powerful needed that win, but man, the Elite, and this is something as we get into it, they're just getting their asses kicked every single week, and I think they're just trying to prove a point that because they're in charge, they're not going to put themselves over every match. But
we've talked about that before because I definitely think that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm actually going to get to that later on, though.
Do you guys feel like it's going too far in the other direction, though? Like they're putting too many guys over, all of them.
Do you have to establish that though to get those guys over, because they're definitely known.
Sure.
So you got to get somebody like Santana and Ortiz, who might not be as well known, but we know are good. You got to give them those wins.
They definitely needed the win.
Yeah, that they needed that win. I agree with you. Did you see that they had said possibly in January they were going to reset the win and loss record? That it would just be like a yearly thing.
Yeah.
Like a season.
I heard they were supposed to do it like around July or April.
The latest thing that I saw was it was, I can't remember if it was Nick. I think it was Nick Jackson. Actually said, January. It would probably reset. That's what they were thinking. So.
Oh wow.
The next, unless anybody's got anything else to say, we'll talk about the next match. Adam Page.
Just on that, so basically, if they're going to reset in January, that means that all of the elite and all the the Young Bucks and all those guys, they can lose as much as they want and get people over, but then they could get right back in the game next year.
Which is probably a smart thing to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense to me. Because we talked about that, like I said before, but you can't win everything. Cody, I don't know where they're going to go with this storyline, and we'll talk about it, I mean, for sure in a little bit, but you can almost call that Cody wasn't going to win that match.
Yeah.
So, Page and Pac.
I was just going to say, from what I saw, the next two matches were pretty much rinse, wash, repeat. Page and Pac, Spears and Janela, they were kind of the same match.
Yeah.
You guys feel that way?
Janela legitimately got hurt in that match?
Well, Page and Pac was definitely a better match than Joey Janela and Sean Spears, but I think we had just seen Page and Pac wrestle previously, and there wasn't a ton of new wrinkles thrown into the match, so like you said, rinse and repeat. It kind of felt like the same thing. The only difference was catching the nut kick at the end and then hitting him with Deadeye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised they gave them win to Pac as well, or Pac as they say. I'm surprised they gave it to Hangman instead of Pac.
Yeah.
Well, well, I'm kind of wondering, how long is this rivalry even gonna last? I think how many times have they wrestled each other already? What, 3-4 times already?
Well, yeah, they had the rubber match on Dynamite.
Yeah.
They're good matches. It's just, I wonder if it's too much, overexposure.
Yeah. Seems like they're pretty much kind of outdueling themselves.
Oh, they also wrestled in a tag match. So you're right. 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much else to say about it, though,
I don't know. Did we talk about how I don't like Pac? Okay. You want to talk about how I don't like Pac?
Let's hear your rant here about Pac.
I don't like Pac. I didn't like him when he was Neville. I mean, I appreciate the fact that he took that character that's a little, more intense, but I think he's a mark for himself, and he doesn't ever want to lose. I'm surprised Hangman beat him at the pay-per-view, but if you watch Dynamite on Wednesday, they had a rematch, and it was way shorter, and who got the win? Pac. Pac.
Wasn't that one of the reasons why he pulled out last minute on that one pay-per-view against Page?
Well, yeah, the one which I understand a little bit more, because at least you're in his territory, and he was undefeated there. I do understand that, but I think I think he's a mark for himself.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
That's definitely been a criticism of him for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. So when I saw that match book, I was like, okay, I like Hangman. Yeah, Hangman's fine. I don't know nothing against Hangman, but I'm like, great, Pac, here we go again.
I think what we were talking about when you stepped away was they've wrestled 4 times now since Dynamite's debuted. Mm-hmm. 3 singles and 1 tag, and it's kind of been relatively close together, and there really hasn't been a ton of new wrinkles thrown in to the matches.
Right.
Other than Hangman catching the nut kick. So that's kind of why it was a good match, but it wasn't anything that was grabbing of the tension. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. I had no investment in it. I watched the match because it was the match. Shanna is the name of the chick we were talking about.
There we go.
Yeah, she and Shayna Hader, I think, are 2 to watch.
Absolutely.
Sean Spears and Joey Janela.
Did Joey Janela get hurt in that match?
Joey Janela gets the shit kicked out of him every time he wrestles. Yeah.
See that.
That's nothing new.
He did. He took some bump. I don't remember what it was that they were a little scared about, but he's fine.
Yeah, because he was in Dynamite this week. So
yeah, attacking Sean Spears actually.
Yeah.
I think the highlight of this match was Tully Blanchard jumping off the ring steps.
Oh, for that
Jesus, man.
Spike pile driver.
Yeah.
Shades of the Brainbusters, man.
Yeah.
Shades of the
That was great.
Brainbusters days. Yeah.
I like the intensity of
Insane.
Sean. He's got to get some more wins though. He's got to come off looking like the. I mean, he bought into the character really well after the chair shot with Cody, but he needs more wins under the belt because he's still fighting guys that aren't on that level. And I think they want to eventually build them up. Do you think they just forgot about the thing with Cody, or do you think that's going to come into something later? Because now Cody's obviously going to move into something with MJF.
I think probably later on it will catch on. I'm surprised at this point they haven't introduced like a mid card title.
I
think that's coming.
Yeah, eventually I think that'll come.
Maybe TV title, Intercontinental U.S. title.
There's a lot of
one of those.
There's a lot of unsettled business there because since he's got that chair and that's kind of part of the gimmick. You got to bring Cody back into that, but then you didn't really get anything out of the Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson thing when Arn came down and took out Sean Spears in that match with Cody. So it's like, why did that happen? You never got an explanation for that. And Tully Blanchard at that point just kind of walked to the back and was like, "What's going on?" and never went anywhere. So,
I think eventually they will probably tap on to that. Probably eventually,
Hope so.
After his feud with MJF, I think that will probably continue. It's still fresh in everybody's mind. I'm like, even myself, I'm like, how come they haven't, hit that storyline yet? What's going on with that?
Yeah, we're still building, so you got a large roster of guys, which I've kind of talked about since the beginning. The roster's pretty big. A lot of guys to try to get over. See what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping none of those guys get lost in the shuffle, man. A big roster, man. You only have a 2-hour TV show.
Well, I actually kind of think they do, because Dan's saying that he watches Dark. I've been meaning to, but haven't.
Dude, make it 3 hours. I don't care. I'll watch it. I stream it. It doesn't matter. I will see. I'd sit through a 3-hour wrestling.
If it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's good.
Dude,
not Raw.
the dark matches are just as good.
Not Raw. Exactly.
Dude, I'm like, why are these not on TV?
Well, until he showed up this week, I was wondering what happened to Darby Allin because we haven't seen him in a few weeks, nor have we seen what's the other
We
guy?
hadn't seen him since the Jericho match, I think, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear what happened to Jimmy Havoc?
That.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. You want to talk about that?
I'll throw in the mix.
You go for it.
So, what did he get drunk at Tony Schiavone's birthday party? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Go ahead. Everybody else, go ahead. Everybody's got something
He
to
took
say.
a swing at Excalibur, and Excalibur
that's what it
ducked
was.
it and put him in a chokehold.
Wow.
So I'm curious to know what's going to happen with him now from that.
Tony Khan played it off like it wasn't a big deal.
Two guys got drunk in a bar.
He's just drunk at a bar.
Pretty much.
Fair enough. Fair play. I'd accept that.
I was gonna say, what did that happen? When they had Darby Allin take a picture with JR eating at some seafood joint? That shit was pretty funny.
Wasn't that Jimmy Hart's restaurant?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, maybe not, but no, I think that was the same thing. No, I heard that that happened, and then I heard that he didn't want anything to do with it that day. But the next day they met and they hashed it out. And it was just like, they were just drunk in a bar, being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really much of a story, but it was kind of funny. But no, we haven't seen Jimmy Havoc on TV either.
just the dark matches.
Right. Which is fine. That's good for the live crowd that he's there. But come to California, damn it. You need to get that too.
Yeah, you know, I'm willing to go out there next year if anybody's down for any of the tapings.
They got to come this way. They got to come this way. I think they're just trying to hit that.
They have to.
That old.
The demand has to be the dude. Put him at Citizens Bank Arena.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect for him.
15,000 if you pack them in like rats, and I don't see them doing that. But you know,
it also depends too, Dan. It also depends too because remember when it comes to wrestling, WWE has exclusive rights to an arena. You know, especially with the Business Bank here in Ontario, that's straight up WWE. They got a exclusive for anything that has to do with wrestling has to be. I think they have to be involved. That's just how it is. Mm-hmm. It was the same thing for Madison Square Garden for a while. Especially I think around that time, even when WCW will come here. I know Cal State San Bernardino and the Great Western Forum, that will be their territory, while WWE will be at the LA Sports Arena in South Central Los Angeles. So, you know, every arena, every promotion has their own exclusive arenas when it comes to professional wrestling.
I think you run the Pyramid, Castle Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach, that would be good.
Yeah, like New Japan.
I was running that.
Yeah. Plenty of people in there. That's a what is that, about a 5,000 seater?
I think you're gonna need more than that. You need more than 5,000.
Well, I think they could, but that's a place to start to see if because if you notice they're hitting up that old NWA territory.
Yeah,
they're hitting up old WCW towns. So if you do that, you know you got that on the East Coast because that was their territory. So if you come out west, like just like New Japan did, you run something like that to see like can we sell this out on the West Coast because it's just a different vibe out here.
Yeah.
To see if you could pull that off and maybe start someplace big.
You can base it out like I said, you could base yourselves out of LA and have shows in Oakland, San Jose, Las Vegas. Chill back, that West Coast tour was nice.
They might even be able to get some shows in at some of the Indian arenas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah,
those
you're right.
Casinos,
Yeah.
San
You think about Arizona and California. There's lots of arenas that are native owned that aren't doing that. Yeah. That probably have the room.
Morongo.
Yeah.
But not the Mohegan Sun.
Good.
I wonder what it's like to perform at one of those places. Like if you're treated any better, the service is better there, the amenities. I wonder if it's like that on Indian reservation. They got a lot of money to throw at it.
I'm sure now, because a lot of them as resorts are like 4-star.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're gonna get well taken care of. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I think they should probably think about that. The tag match. SoCal, SCU, the Lucha Brothers, and Private Party. Okay, somebody tell me why Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, screams like a little girl.
You just noticed that?
Dude, that's like one of the greatest things.
Yeah, what is he saying something? Is he just screaming?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just
a battle cry.
It's probably the 40 ounces of vodka cranberry already hitting him.
I love the security guard that has the, two little the red rope and the little stands.
Oh yeah.
You can't walk by it because he'll stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, you come on in. All right. Did you see when they did it to Tony Schiavone? They were like, no, he's okay. He was like, all right, go ahead, man.
No, I missed that. That's funny.
Gold.
Oh, jeez.
That was a good match.
That was.
I loved it.
I don't know much about Private Party, but I kind of like them.
Yeah, just my exposure to them just in this AEW.
Yeah, all I know is that these guys, I think they wrestled in the New York territory. That's where they made the name for themselves, and I guess the Bucks have wrestled them a couple of times in that territory, and I think the last time they went over there, they offered him a contract before their wrestling match to AEW.
Right.
So, which kind of cemented them to go in there. And I think they've had a couple of scouts from other promotions to try to check them out and stuff. But AEW made the choice. They made the choice to AEW. Why not?
Okay, so what do you think they're trying to do with Scorpio Sky? Because when you think about it, he's been in the game for a while, but all of a sudden, like, he's the star of this stuff. When they put out, Christopher Daniels and said, okay, Scorpio Sky's going to end up teaming with Frankie. That's going to be that version of SCU that actually won the tag titles, and then he wrestled a match with one shoe. Do you remember that? Yeah, he wrestled that match with one shoe.
Definitely.
On Dynamite this week, he actually pinned Jericho. So what do you do with that? He's a tag champ. I know it's
just
three
building.
Is that the New Day and Kofi?
Probably building him. I'm guessing they're building him, and I'll be honest with you, as growing up in the area where he trained at, the EWF, I'm like, for all those years, he was the champion here, multiple time champion here at the Empire Wrestling Federation. Much
what was
success
his name
too.
there?
It's Scorpio Sky.
He was Scorpio Sky.
Yeah,
he's Scorpio Sky.
So he's kept it all the way through.
Yeah.
So has Frankie Kazarian.
Right.
Yeah, Frankie Kazarian was also.
That might be his real name. I don't know, but
I don't think. Yeah,
Frankie Kaz.
Yeah, no, he's
he trained. He trained under Jesse Hernandez over here.
His real name is Frank Benedict Girdleman.
well, there you go.
That ain't gonna sell. They ain't gonna sell T-shirts with that name. I'll tell you that.
Girdleman.
Hey, well, wasn't he in the Marines? Did they actually serve military time?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Kaz did. I don't know about Scorpio Sky.
All I know about Kaz is that he's married to Miss Brooks.
Yeah, Tracy Brooks. Who's like fighting.
Yeah, he met her on TNA.
So, when I first got out of high school, I was training to be a pro wrestler for about 6 months at the School of Hard Knocks, and my trainer was Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Every time I see him on TV now, I'm like, fuck, man, that's crazy shit. But I think they're going to give Scorpio Sky a program with Jericho. The short one, and he ain't going to win, but I think they're going to kind of test the waters there and see what they have out of that,
It's Kofi Kingston all over again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's kind of like how I want to say was it kind of like how they gave Ricky Morton a singles push, a title shot against Ric Flair back in the late 80s. And it ended in a draw, it ended in a draw. He never got a rematch though, but it made Morton look that good that they gave him a cruiserweight title run.
Maybe. Because you got the three guys in a team, so, I mean, you can do some different stuff with that. Obviously, we did see it with Kofi. The difference between him and Kofi is he has a chest.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah. And all I know is, one thing is for sure is that you're not going to see Scorpio Sky be involved in a squash match.
No.
No.
Not like Coffee.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember anything that the Lucha Brothers did. I know they did stuff. I always mark out for the stupid when Pentagon just stops and puts his hand out, takes off his glove and does a settlement and just tosses the glove to the referee.
Well, it's hard to keep track of what they did because it was just move after move after move, and it was a million miles a minute, man. And then they do all this crazy shit, and it ends with that finishing move that SCU uses, which they got to come up with something better than that. That little ripcord knee thing, I don't know. I'm not feeling that.
Okay. So we did see at the end the lights went out, and we saw another Pentagon in the ring. Mm-hmm. And it turns out, I mean, you knew it was Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
who it was, but he took off his mask and he had the fallen angel. Yeah, what do you call that stuff? What do you call it? An ankh? Anthony, I'm
Yeah.
to you. Is
Yeah,
is that what it's called? Yeah.
The Egyptian monk,
Yeah, Egyptian ankh. Over his, on his eye is that people were saying, oh, he's going back to the fallen angel type gimmick, which we haven't seen since what, TNA?
Around there. That was when he was very, very. That was when he had a great run, man. He had a big push there. His rivalry matches with AJ Styles, those Eric Young and P.D. Williams. Those matches were classic. Those X Division matches, instant gold.
P.D. Williams.
Yeah, the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
P.D. Williams.
Oh yeah, the original, man. Of course. I first saw that, but marked out like, oh my god, what the hell is that? Pull that off. And then
that move.
Like, not that
everybody's doing it.
Yeah, you see it a lot more now.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else in the tag match? Like I said, thought it was good. 3 teams that are deserving. I think ICU is probably going to have a run with the title for a little while.
I don't see them losing. Yeah, I don't see them losing it. Maybe they probably will have the title for at least another month or 2, give or take. They're gonna have to lose it to a heel team eventually.
But they are heels.
So
they're definitely not face. They're getting
they're shades.
Face pop.
Shades of gray. Oh, they're shades of gray.
Yeah,
it's called shades of gray. Yeah, there you go.
But they're supposed to be heels.
Between there. There you go.
Okay. Their stuff gets over. This is one of those weird things. So, how invested are we in the women's title?
Not one bit.
Yeah. I like Homegirl. She's cool.
Riho is awesome.
Dan's so invested he doesn't even know the champion's name.
He's also been toking that long.
That's true.
It's Dad's Asian persuasion here.
But that other girl, the one that likes to be like Freddie Mercury, she was pretty cool too. I liked them.
The match was good. The match was good. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to figure out how we get invested more in that title. There really is kind of story.
I think we're supposed to be invested by the fact that it's the whole trainer, master Padawan rivalry. I think you're supposed to know their history, and then you're supposed to be more invested. But if you don't know their history as much, then you're not going to be as invested. But they're trying to sell that history to make you invested. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. At the end, they kind of, not really shook hands, but Emmy went over there and raised Riho's hand, and I was like, here it comes, man. She's going to hit her. She's going to hit her. She's going to hit her. And then it never happened. Like I thought she was going to pull a dirty heel tactic. Yeah. So, go ahead.
My opinion about the whole women's division AEW right now, it's taking baby steps, little by little. I think the ones who appreciate the wrestling are people like us who appreciate good wrestling, especially from Japan, because a lot of good Japanese wrestling, especially from the Stardom promotion in Japan, that's good Japanese wrestling, man. Good women's wrestling. They're number 1 in women's wrestling. They have a following. And over here in the U.S., we don't have that much of a following other than WWE with the whole Divas of Revolution and shit like that, And I think it's gonna take some time to get the wheels rolling on that, and just to have, for me, I enjoyed the match because it was it was pretty much, it was more like ground game.
Yes.
Bunch of knee shots. Like, how many times are you gonna use your knees, girl? Like, seriously. Knee shots to the face, knee shots to the chest area. I'm like, well, take advantage of it. Why not? Like I said, it's gonna take a while for. I think I don't know. I'm like after Rico, who are you gonna give the title to? You're gonna give it to Bake or Kong? It's gonna take a while. It's like almost the same. I feel the same way how the TNA knockout division started, in a way. That's how I feel, but I don't know.
You knew they weren't going to give it to Nyla right away. because you can't give it to that. I don't know how many times I gotta say this, man. You can't give it to that monster hero right away. So you're not gonna give it to Awesome Kong right away. You give it to Riho because she is the 95-pound, lady.
The 95-pound underdog.
Yeah, the perennial underdog.
Yeah.
So to speak. So then we got the teacher-student thing here.
And she puts on a show, and then you have the teacher-student thing, and I think this is probably the way that the match ended. I feel like that's the ending of Riho and Emi Sakura. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that way? That's the end of it for them too.
She's gonna move to somebody else. But then the same thing I was gonna say that happens with the men is you got all these women who haven't been featured. Have we seen Allie on Dynamite yet? Other than just this week, when it was just a short little interview segment, we haven't seen her wrestle on Dynamite.
She's the one that just had her hair taken.
No, that was B. Priestley. Allie is Allie is a blonde.
No, I mean on Dynamite. She was being interviewed by Tony.
Yeah, she got beat up by Kong.
Oh, did she? Yeah, and then she had her hair taken.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And I just literally just watched it right now. I was just gonna comment that Awesome Kong has a whole Predator thing going on with the the hair on the belt.
Of course it is. It is the skull vertebrae.
That's for sure. But it's definitely like having some Wookiee braids on your belt.
Shit, man.
That's actually what I was thinking, man. When she did that, I was like, Boba Fett.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But getting back to you definitely see that they're pushing Britt Baker is going to be. Yes. I would put good money on the fact that she's going to probably be next after Riho, and then if not, maybe a couple of the other Japanese or wrestlers that. They have, which they have a couple because we saw a couple more in a couple of the other matches. I know Emi Sakura has another student that she was in that 4-way match at All or Nothing.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
Is Yuka? Is that who we're talking about?
Yes, that one. Yeah. We haven't. I don't even know. Have we even seen her on Dynamite yet?
No.
I don't think so. We haven't seen much from Leva Bates. There's a few of them. The girls that we haven't seen.
So I mean, it's like you said, baby steps. I think they want. Obviously, we're gonna want the women's division to be a little bit more taken seriously, more akin to the NXT women's division, as opposed to definitely nothing like the Divas division or Knockouts.
Like I said, like I said, Anthony, you took the words right out of my mouth. The baby steps. Like I said, I appreciate good wrestling, and those two women, they know how to wrestle. But not a lot of fans, especially stateside, don't appreciate that kind of wrestling. Especially when especially when they're not household names. Like, who is Riho? Who is Sakura? It's not. Oh yeah, it's not Charlotte Flair. It's not Becky Lynch. It's not Bayley. You know what I'm talking about.
But what I'm gonna give them is we don't need. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see Riho become a 10-time champ in the span of 6 months.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Yeah, no, definitely. I don't want that either.
You can't do that to try to sell this title to us.
Good Lord, Dan is back.
This podcast is cursed.
Yeah, I think Mike just left, actually.
Okay.
He said he just got booted.
Okay.
Dude, I've never seen that. All of a sudden, it just said, "Did you get the picture, Dan, that I sent you?"
Yeah, he showed us.
It encountered a problem, and I was like, "What the heck? I've never seen this." And then it updated some stuff, and here I am.
Wow. Yeah, I said you got a half blue screen of death.
Yeah, it just updated. The funny thing is, I just updated it a few minutes ago, a little while ago.
So Mike had to jam out. It's getting a little late for him. Okay. He has to work early in the morning. So.
No worries, man.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So I think what I said is the most important thing about the Jericho Cody match is probably the ending.
Yeah, but
we pretty much all knew what was going to happen.
Before we get there, why would you? So when they said, "Oh, I will never challenge for the title again," I was like, "Okay, they're going to give him the title. They're going to give him the title, but it's probably going to be a short run." But then that's not what we got. How do you? Where do you go from there? To say that, and we knew the MJF thing was coming. I agree with you, but where do you go with Cody if he's not going to be able to challenge for a title?
Yeah, like I said last time, and it was brought up earlier. There's going to be inevitably be a mid-card title that he'll easily probably become like the AJ Styles of a mid-card title,
maybe,
or something like that. I mean, there's always going to be things for him to do, and then there's always going to be exceptions. There's going to be like a match down the road that says if Cody wins, he could challenge for the belt again, or something like that. There's always going to be stipulations, and changes to storylines.
Well, also at the same time, you also got to wonder in Cody's defense, him saying that, he's trying to take maybe more of a backstage role, trying to run the joint, instead of being the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that would be the other option. So is he going to be the Uncle Ben of AEW? I mean, to the exception to the nobody stays dead rule.
Yeah, it's kind of like and I understand where Cody's coming from, because he doesn't want to be, because I'm the president of this company, I'm the champion, it's me, I'm the one bringing the money in. I'm like, one guy who had that same idea was Vern Gagne of the old AWA.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to be Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, he's the owner. But you see, the only difference with Vern and Jeff though, is that at least Vern was believable. The guy, he was believable. He was able to be champion. He was, it made it believable that he was champion. But the thing, which I understand in a way, hey, at this point right now with AEW, they got enough. Cody has enough talent to give the belt to. You know what I mean? Jericho, he's, give him the belt. Who are you going to give the belt? You can give the belt to Omega if you wanted to, or you give it to Moxley, I mean, they got enough talent there. Cody doesn't need the belt right now. Maybe later on, he doesn't need it right now.
You definitely have to figure that Moxley's going to see the belt within the next 12 months.
Give or take. Yeah.
Well, we talked about before how Jericho needed the belt to lend legitimacy to it. Honestly, he's the name. The name. I don't think he cares whether he's champion or not, like in real life.
Hey, it's Le Champion.
Le Champion.
Yeah, Le Champion.
Well, if you think of it this way, I'm like with Jericho, I'm like, he was the first undisputed champion.
Yeah,
so it did legitimize the championship. But I remember, I think I've had the conversations with Dan about this before. He goes, "What would have been nice? What would have been sweet if you had the NWA guy like Tim Storm bringing the 10 pounds of gold and then losing it to Cody, and then Cody, vacate the NWA belt and proclaim himself as the AEW champion, would have given legitimacy to the title because of that NWA timeline. You know what I mean? Because a lot of promotions have done that where hey, he's the champion, but we're gonna vacate from the NWA, but this is a continued legitimate title from the original title. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Shane Douglas did that with the ECW title.
Yeah, I was actually just about to bring up ECW did that with some of their titles.
Yeah, Buddy Rogers did it. Buddy Rogers did it with the WWF when they left the NWA territory. Same thing with Vern Gagne with the AWA. He was NWA champion, and then in a couple of days he vacated the title and proclaimed himself as the new AWA champion. So, every title has its own, prestige and legacy.
Lineage.
Except for when Brock Lesnar has it.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate part about it.
Hey, do you think tomorrow we're gonna see a new blue title? Because the rumor is that the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, got a new title. That's the rumor.
I mean,
heard something about that.
I don't see why not.
So what do you guys like? What do you guys like? Nacho or Supreme?
Nah.
Okay, never mind.
What do you do with MJF now?
Well, we were talking about MJF while you were gone.
Okay.
I compared him to a little bit of Miz and Orton put together.
Okay.
Now, everybody saw Dynamite tonight?
Yeah.
Last night?
Yeah.
Last night, yeah.
Yeah.
That dude that came out with MJF, what is he, like who is he? I've heard that some other guy was debuting tonight, and I assume this was him. But they've been working on trying to get this guy. Is he like a wrestler, like an Olympic wrestler or something? Does anybody know? Did anybody hear anything?
His name is.
I know there's something out there.
Yeah, his name is Wardlow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is something.
Yeah, he's something. I don't know. I don't remember what that something was, but they were. I kind of came across something like on Google News about this or Reddit or something. I just didn't know who. I don't know.
He's a pro wrestler. I don't think he's anything crazy, but he's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be the muscle, apparently, for MJF.
For MJF.
Yeah. Not that he couldn't handle himself, but it's just another guy. He's got the suit on.
Yeah.
You know, you've known since the beginning that given the time, because MJF is a young dude, that he's going to be that promotion's top heel. He's almost like the Ric Flair.
Of
that promotion.
I'd say Ric Flair, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's going to end up doing that. The promo between him and Jericho was really
it was pretty
good.
funny.
Yeah, it was funny. And it was actually
funny.
Really good.
Funny and aggressive.
Yeah.
Which is something that you have to, it's a typical of a heel,
I don't think you put him in the inner circle. I don't think so. And I think Wardlow coming out, it kind of shows because after that, Jericho kind of disappeared.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you don't put him in the inner circle. He doesn't need that right now. That's just going to water stuff down and not give him not precedence, but the spotlight.
You can't put MJF into the inner circle. I'm like, he's his own man. He really doesn't need the group. I'm like, and if you do put him in there, that's another storyline you could work there. Meaning you could put MJF, have like a Nation of Domination storyline when The Rock and Ron Simmons, they weren't getting along. They wanted to see who was the leader of the group.
Yeah.
That could happen. This is when you could actually turn maybe Jericho a face down the road as MJF as the leader of the inner circle. But see, that's just saying a mouthful right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He doesn't need that. It would water him down if he did that. He needs to build heat on his own. Wardlow being the bigger guy, being the heater for him. Get stuff done because kind of like I don't want to get my hands dirty with this. It's definitely the Ric Flair.
He'd be like the Deacon Batista.
Pretty much. There you go. For Devon Dudley.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Reverend Devon. Testify.
The match itself, did you see? It almost ended. Cody took that freaking header on the ramp. And
Dude.
That was 100% real.
Hard.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I just was like...
Was it supposed to be that bad? I mean...
I don't think it was intended at all. Like, when he hit, it was like legit. No, because they went up there. Like, when you saw the referee go out there and the doctor, it was 100% like, let me see if you can do this. Because they must have put something on it. What do you call it? What is the stuff they use in boxing? But they didn't put a cold compress on it. I don't remember what it was called, but they put something on it to get the bleeding to stop a little bit, and he continued with the match. The doctor made the call right there, like, you can continue, but...
The cut man.
Yeah, it could have ended quite early.
Yeah.
But it didn't, and it was just a plain old stupid accident. So good for him, though. It was a brutal match, though, and I mean, he had him. The time was right for MJF to say, I'm gonna throw in the towel, because he was going nowhere, and it looked painful, cinched back that much. So I
It's
thought,
just, you know what, the whole MJF throwing the towel just reminded me of that SummerSlam when Owen Hart was telling his mom to throw the towel in for Brett when he lost that match to Yokozuna. Remember that?
Yep.
Jesus.
No, you know you wanted to say that's
Or-
that's the other meme I saw from Rocky IV. Throw the damn towel.
Or I'll take it back even further. Or having manager Arnold Scallon, who managed Bob Backlund, throwing the towel when the Iron Sheik put Bob Backlund into the camel clutch.
Yep.
Remember they hit Backlund's manager through the towel. That's what led to the Iron Sheik winning the heavyweight title before Hogan took it.
So there's something to come out of that, but it definitely it gave a lot of heat to MJF for sure, because Cody's probably the most over guy in the company right now.
You know what I have a feeling is gonna happen? A throw in your towel match. Cody and MJF. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Who's gonna be in Cody's corner? Because right now it's not Brandy.
Probably one of the guys from the Elite. Maybe one of the guys from the Elite, give or take.
The Bucks.
Yeah. Could be. Whatever you do not throw the damn towel. No matter how much I beg, no matter how much I cry, do not throw the damn towel. Yeah.
So to end it, because we're getting there, is the Mox and Omega match. How much did you like the broom with the barbed wire?
It's different, but did you see Kenny Omega's back?
Oh, I did.
Right?
Yeah, I was actually going to say, Anthony said he didn't watch this match, but did you watch Dynamite with his back?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm watching Dynamite right now, and yeah, I saw that segment. Yeah. He just needs a few more of those, look like Sabu.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's funny.
That match.
What's funny though is that I never thought it. You go, oh yeah, barbed wire broom. What kind of damage would that make? Oh yeah, I find out what damage you can make. Scraping the back at it, scraping your own back, all those damn scars. Oh jeez.
That bed of barbed
Jesus.
wire. It's crazy because it's weird to watch that because it's definitely not like the death matches from Japan at all. But when you watch
the FMW promotion.
Yeah, when you watch them do all that stuff, you get to see, like, it's weird how they're doing this stuff, but they're protecting each other in the best possible way. What I mean is by that is, like, they're doing this crazy stuff, but it's safe. It's as safe as they can make it. That barbed wire had some give. That had to help.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the suplex made sure, for the most part, both guys' heads were taken care of. Because you got your arm.
Thanks for
protecting your.
One thing's for sure, man. I'm sure Bruiser Brody and the Sheik and Hayabusa would have been proud of that match. They went straight
Abdullah.
all out. Yeah, Abdullah the Butcher. Well, he's not dead yet, but
No.
They went straight out, all out on that match, and I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. And then you have the marks. You have the marks there complaining, "Oh my God, this match is too damn violent." I'm like, shut up.
Well, like I said, for the most part, you saw everything. It was like, okay, yeah, they did some stuff that was kind of crazy, but they did it in the safest way possible.
Yeah.
The glass. Okay, the glass. Tell me that's not sugar glass? No, I mean, it hurts, but like whatever. Okay, so answer me this: the trap.
If that was Cherry Funk, that would have been real glass.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The mouse traps. What did that?
That was a very creative thing, dude. I gotta admit.
Okay, but what did it do? Because when you think about it, what's it gonna snap on? When I saw that, I was like, you know what hurts more? Landing on the little thing that holds the trap up. That hurts more than the actual trap snapping.
Yeah.
Because if it's everybody worries about, I don't want to put my finger in there, but your back, I mean, I'm sure it's like, but you don't have anything to get stuck on there. Not if you take the flat back bump. I thought that when Moxley threw Omega into that, I was like, ooh, I think that landing on the thing that actually was sticking up, holding the trap up, hurt worse than the actual trap snapping.
Yeah.
And then the chain.
Wow.
Just a little stiff. But what I did find kind of cool later was when they showed the scene, Anthony, that you said you just watched, when they asked actually he told Omega, "Oh no, I'm not going to wrestle this week." He asked about Moxley. I thought that was kind of a cool little. What about Mox? What's he like? And he's like, well, he can compete.
He's clear for the week.
Yeah, he's clear for the week. That was just a little tiny thing to dig in there more and further that feud. It was tiny, but it was there.
Yeah. At the same time, though, you also gotta wonder. I'm like, does this really hurt Kenny Omega? Like, does this really hurt his product?
No.
Him, losing to Mox. I'm like, how many losses you lost to Pac, you lost to Mox, and I don't know. Is it when I understand they're running the joint? I understand he's partly the reason he's one of the guys running the joint. But does that hurt your value? Losing to guys like that.
No, I think we talked about this before too. You have to lose to build up some other guys to actually officially challenge you, and then you get the best bout machine. Then you get the Okada Omega matches once the other guys are properly built. You know what's going to throw a loop into all this, which will be interesting to see? Whose contracts due up pretty soon? Is the villain.
Marty Scurll.
Yeah. To see what. Now, I heard he's entertaining offers from ROH. Definitely wants to re-sign him. I heard there was some interest from WWE. He's too small for WWE.
If he goes to NXT, probably keep his gimmick.
He could definitely keep his gimmick if he comes and he's the part of the elite that he is.
Yeah.
So
I don't see him going to NXT though.
No.
I'll probably go with his friends.
I think he would. I don't see why he wouldn't. If Vic, a little bit of the local scene. Tyler Bateman just signed with ROH. Not that long ago. So who better to come in and replace the villain eventually than Tyler Bateman, who has a history with Brody King. If you know who Brody King is. And the Violence Unlimited is the name of their tag team over here. So that's kind of a built-in. Like, we're going to take this guy, and he's just eventually probably going to replace, Marty Scurll. So they turn on Marty.
How is ROH right now? Like, I really haven't been paying attention to much of ROH. Are they?
I don't watch it. Everybody's talking a bunch of crap right now on ROH.
Yeah, I heard something about what's it called? I think Joey Mercury.
Yeah.
I guess he resigned. I guess because there was a lot of performers weren't too happy with the management ROH has right now.
Right, which has been a problem for apparently a while.
Yeah, a lot of checks bouncing supposedly. Last minute travel arrangements, shit like that. From what I've been hearing.
But I don't know. That's what I think. I think they're trying to take over so the villain can come. Jericho and MJF. Jericho this week had a tag match with Sammy Guevara, dude, of all people.
I'm watching that match right now.
He's good. People are calling him the next Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, that's he reminds me of the way how he's doing his thing with the jacket. He looks like Finn Balor. He looks like Finn Balor.
Spanish Finn Balor.
Yeah, Spanish Finn Balor. There you go.
I'm sorry. All I see is Spanish Justin Bieber.
It's funny, man. Yeah, no, the kid has a bright future ahead of him, without a doubt. He's one of the most talented ones.
He's young too.
Yeah, he's a very talented individual and charisma. The guy's he's on social media all the time. He posts stuff on Instagram and Facebook like constantly. So, I think right now he's just like, I think he's just the type of guy who's like, he's happy he's in the game right now. He's not like he's not like a guy like MJF he's taking a little, between between MJF and Sammy Guevara. Sammy's more of a like, hey, yeah, cool. I'm here for the party. MJF is like, I'm here to fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if that's the perfect analogy, but.
Last thoughts on Moxley, Omega? Any of the spots you guys liked? Dan's kind of quiet over there.
Moxley match was awesome. How many stars did Meltzer give it? Does anybody see? Did he release that?
I don't know if he's released that. It's only been. a few days, maybe by the end of the week. Actually, maybe tomorrow. I'm actually see that tomorrow.
I was curious to know what he gave that match, because I thought it was pretty good. I mean, the barbed wire was it was cool. It wasn't Sabu and Terry Funk barbed wire, but I'll take it.
Nothing is. Where they were stuck to it at the end, they have to be tried out.
Yeah, no.
But dude, they launched each other into a bed of barbed wire at the end. That sucked. That looked so painful going in there.
You know what? Well, I'm hoping that next time the referees will wear better fucking gloves. When they do those kind of matches. I don't know if that referee was selling, like
blood,
the glass that he had in his hand or what. Maybe they should start wearing those those leather gloves like they used to do in those death matches. The referees will be holding what I mean? When you have when you have the barbed wire wrapped around the pole or around the ring, and they're wearing these leather gloves.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
I'm trying to see if I actually see star ratings for these matches, because I'm just curious. I'm not sure these are Meltzer, so.
Hey, man, if Meltzer gives you a rating, man, hey, you got a couple of stars. It's not bad. The worst rating you could give you is no stars.
Random question. Does anybody happen to know who Evil Uno is?
Not anybody you know.
Okay.
No.
I figured it was that, but he's obviously from another organization somewhere, not homegrown or anything.
Yeah, no. So apparently the original gimmick was that they were like video game characters, is what it actually.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. They weren't.
I don't know if that was on the Lost. I don't know if that was on the Lost episode or.
No, it wasn't. It was before that.
It was before that. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're Canadian.
Okay.
Right. Which explains a lot. I'm not into him, like, at all. I'm not into it. Like, I try to watch him, and I'm like, okay, I mean, these guys are okay, but I don't buy into the gimmick at all.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
On Dynamite, they tried to take, was it Jungle Boy or Marco Stunt? They tried to.
Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, dude, they brought back Luchasaurus. Hell yeah, I was so stoked for that. It's my favorite dude. So, watching the Being Elite, that dude was on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And he was saying that he thought he was just going to get thrown out like after the first week. He didn't really have a high level of expectation to be there, so he was just cutting wrestling promos, practicing, because he wanted to be a professional wrestler. And they thought he was being funny, so they kept him around for a long time. And I guess during one of these recap shows where they have a live audience, not Nick. Who's the other brother? Jackson?
Matt
was in the audience. That's the dark-haired one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was in the audience of that Big Brother that was the season that Luchasaurus was on. That's how, like, balls deep into Big Brother he was at that time. Because he said he was like a fanatic for Big Brother. And he knew that Luchasaurus was on there. Well, he knew who the guy was because he followed the show. So when Luchasaurus, the wrestler, comes around, he knew exactly who he was. So it was just funny. They talk about it on that Being the Elite.
That dude also did Jericho's podcast a while back, like maybe about a month ago. He's got
really?
He's got a master's degree in like
romantic
literature or something like crazy.
Yeah, he mentions that on that thing too.
That guy reminds me of a legendary wrestler by the name of the Missing Link. Remember the Missing Link back in the 80s?
Wasn't that Kane?
No. The Missing Link. This guy will have his kind of like his head shaved, and then he had long hair, and then he had like a little top of the front part of his head have a little bit of hair like a horn almost, and he will grab his hair and he'll ram his head down to like a headbutt. He always wore this green paint. He was very well known with the Von Erichs over at World Class Championship Wrestling back in the late 80s. I'll send you a link. His name is the Missing Link. He's a Canadian wrestler, actually.
Yeah, I know the name, but I don't think I've ever seen him do anything. Yeah. So we got that coming out of the pay-per-view. We got Moxley looking really strong. We're going to get I think we were talking about this at the very beginning before Anthony joined us, but we're going to get Anthony. Is Dynamite almost done?
It just finished.
Okay, so we're going to get Darby Allin and Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Which is on paper that's really good.
That should be a pay-per-view match, man.
Maybe.
That should be a pay-per-view match.
Maybe.
Well, that's going to be next week on Dynamite. They already announced it.
I know. I'm just saying that should be a pay-per-view match, actually.
I'm perfectly fine with it being on Dynamite.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's going to be awesome. I don't have to wait for it. It's going to be next week. This is going to be cool.
Hey, just one thing before I forget about I see here that Taz was on the pre-show.
Yeah, because were they in Philadelphia?
He's done a dark match.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, in Philadelphia?
He did the whole...
It was just commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the pre-show, was he out there, for the Britt Baker, or was it just some other thing?
I think he did most of the show, if not all of it. He did quite a bit of it.
That's cool. Because I see he was also on a dark on October 22nd.
I think that was the one that I saw, because it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's cool. I like Taz. It's good to see him doing other things.
Oh, it's rad. I was like, oh man, I hope he starts coming around a little bit more often.
Yeah, for real.
It would be nice.
I was actually shocked to see the Great Muta and Dean Malenko. Well, not Dean Malenko, but Great Muta as one of the judges during the
whole
during the Jericho
presenting like it's an actual competition again. If we don't have a winner, at least the judges are going to judge this. Okay, so they just have the best seat in the house. Got it.
Seriously, man.
They're going all
did you guys see?
It seem real.
Yeah. Well.
Do we see what?
That's the. I was gonna say, did you guys see some pictures from Starrcast at Baltimore? There's a picture of Sting wearing his red, white, and blue gimmick.
Oh yeah. That was a big deal.
Picture with the Great Muta.
That's the outfit he had on when he beat Flair for the title the first time.
Yeah.
That's what that actually is.
Yeah.
Conrad Thompson stuff. Well, I think we've covered what we need to cover.
Just one more thing I wanted to talk about, just to mention, because I don't know if everybody plans on watching it, but we should probably talk about when the Broken Skull sessions, the first episode, 2 hours with Undertaker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh wow.
Have you seen anything about that?
No, just that it's going to premiere on the 24th. And yeah, it's supposed to be 2 hour premiere, and it's going to be all Mark Calloway.
Yeah, Steve Austin I think put up some video clips on his Instagram maybe. It's an out of character interview, which you never get that out of the Undertaker.
You know what that means? I think we might be setting up for him to be done and Hall of Fame next year.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah. This is on the network?
Yeah, right after SummerSlam. Yeah. Or excuse me, Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Gotta watch that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked really good.
What's the Survivor Series on?
Next Sunday? Not this coming Sunday, next Sunday.
Yeah, the 24th.
Yeah.
And then the Broken Skull sessions will be, I think, right after it.
Dan, are you gonna watch this at home?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I think season's over by then. I think season's over by then. So yeah.
If you're interested in watching it, hit me up or just let me know.
Yeah, I'm off that week too because there's no school that week because of Thanksgiving. So I might be able to drop by. Get some
Anthony, Vic, if you guys are interested, if you guys want to come watch it here too at the house, you guys are welcome.
Yeah, definitely, man. Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll be down, dude. I'll be down to do it. Got nothing going on, man.
I'm invested in this one because they threw NXT in the mix.
Yeah. Maybe interesting.
I'll actually get some good matches.
Definitely.
Perfect.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, so we've got that coming up. Survivor Series is coming up. We'll definitely talk about that. Like I said, I'm interested to see what they do with the whole NXT thing. Other than that, man, SmackDown was hard to watch last week. I'm just not into it, and I'm not into Raw right now.
I was telling Dan, I was telling Mike earlier before we started the podcast. I haven't been interested at all. I keep trying to force myself to watch the network. I'm just not really into it. Yeah, AEW's got me by the short hairs. I don't have a problem with it. I'm good with it. In fact, I'm looking for something else to fill the void for WWE, so I don't have to worry about following it, at least for right now. So I'm looking at Impact. I'm thinking of starting to watch Impact. How would I stream it? What would I stream it off of?
Access TV.
Access?
Yeah.
Access. Yeah.
You should have access. Most people have access.
Yeah,
Well,
but they also got their own streaming device.
Yeah,
I think it's an Impact Wrestling.
I could probably watch it off a Chromecast. So.
Yeah.
So those like apps that I have that I watch stuff at the shop is through stuff like that. Like there's branded app or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
For the channel. It's pretty cool. The benefit of the shop, yeah.
Sounds cool, man. Anything else anyone wants to touch on?
This almost wrestling match that broke at the end of the Steelers-Browns game. How about that?
I just saw something about that. Someone get cracked over the head with a helmet?
Yeah, the Browns player swung Mason Rudolph's own helmet at him.
Yeah, and he hit him.
He hit him.
I'm
watching slow motion of it right now.
Yeah, the only thing I can only bring up is just goddamn just that Lana and Bobby Lashley storyline.
Oh god.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. We're done with that part.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the guy.
Hey, the Walter spot on Raw was pretty good.
The Walter spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one I liked. I actually liked the tag team with Andrew Walter Martin. What's it called? The high fives and stage dives. That tag team that went on against the War Raiders, the former NXT UK Tag Team Champions.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Mark Andrews.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, they seem entertaining. I'd like to see more of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there's little bits of stuff, I guess, that's entertaining.
Yeah, you just gotta fast forward to get to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I gotta start watching the NXT UK stuff on the network. So
man,
I start watching that.
Between that and Disney Plus, we got time for anything.
Yeah, we were talking about that while you were gone too.
Yeah, jeez. All right, man. I think we got enough for today. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
See you guys later.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye.
Kayfabe Culture is part of the Extraordinary Culture podcast universe. You can email us at exocast@yahoo.com. We're also on social media. You can find us on Instagram at exoculture. We're on Facebook at exocult. We're on Twitter at exocultcast. You can listen to Extraordinary Culture or Kayfabe Culture on Podomatic, iTunes, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. You can YouTube Extraordinary Culture Podcast, or you can ask your smart home device to play the Extraordinary Culture Podcast.
No, don't do this. Enough is enough.